it's TrueCrimeQueen, and I'm here with my best friend Adrienne. And today, I'm in town in Atlanta for her birthday. She's in her 30s, and she told me that I have permission to tell her age. So
I just turned 31.
Okay. So we wanted to do a video where we talk about 20 things that we learned in our 20s. Adrienne, take it away.
All right, so the first thing on the list is find your passion, but it's okay if you don't know what it is right away.
Definitely. I can speak for myself. So when I was in college, pretty much most of the time that I was in college, I had no idea exactly like what I wanted. I had no idea exactly what I wanted to do in the long term. I mean, I knew that I did not like math. Obviously we need, add, subtract, multiply, divide, like the basic maths, obviously, everyone knows that.
I was not a math whiz. Ever.
I can't tell you a single time that I've used the Pythagorean theorem in any of my day-to-day activities ever, and like things of that nature.
It's giving Lefty Lucy.
But as I got older, obviously I was like, okay, I do love writing. Obviously writing scripts and reading through like legal documents and things of that nature to like, doing research and things of that nature. I enjoy doing things like that.
I don't. I'm a creative. And I like puzzles. I like to use my hands and colors.
Yeah.
And things.
But just find what you're interested in and go towards that. And don't beat yourself up just because you're like, oh, I'm 25 and I don't know exactly where I'm going in life. That's fine. Like that's what your 20s are for, is to figure out exactly who you are.
And I like to offer a different perspective. So I still know I'm still chasing that dream. I've always known what I wanted to do. I think my hang up was I didn't have the resources, or I didn't know the people to start. I'm kind of still struggling with that, but I had to shift my focus for the last decade. But yeah, growing up in Mississippi, what I want to do, it's uncommon. I want to be in fashion. I want to be a designer. I want to create. I want to be a trendsetter, or I am a trendsetter, but it's my college, I had 2 professors for my fashion minor all 5 years. That's not really conducive.
Yeah.
Two professors can only do so much.
Yeah, it's not really the place.
In Mississippi, in an industry that's just not common to the South. So my issue was I knew what I wanted to do. I had no idea where to start, what to do, who to talk to. I tried the cold emailing, the cold messaging on LinkedIn, and how to start a sketchbook, how to do a digital sketchbook, all those things. I'm still kind of in that process, believe it or not, unfortunately. So yeah, and I mean, here I am, 31. So you can know, but also not know where to start to do said thing, and that can be frustrating as well, because that has been my struggle. I didn't even go to my dream college. I didn't do my dream major because I didn't think I could. I didn't think I was going to find a job. I wanted to go to USC in California. I graduated from USM in Mississippi.
Right.
So we're still figuring that out.
Yeah.
Hold please. I'll update later. But yeah, I think that's a noteworthy struggle too. Even the people that know where they belong and what they want to do and have no idea where to start and who to talk to, especially when you get no's from people who are close-minded in set areas, especially in something as creative as fashion design, with no support system. And your family's like, we love you, but don't go too far. And like nobody's thinking about like, okay, is that conducive to my dreams and what I want to do and what I'm put on this earth for? So yeah. Keep going.
Keep going.
All right, so the next one is financial literacy. Importance of making your own money.
Definitely importance of making your own money. Establishing credit, like that is super, super, super huge. I really wish that they taught that as part of like the required curriculum, or like even incorporating that into your regular economics class, because you really can't do anything or much of anything without credit. You can't get an apartment. If you don't have a good credit score or decent credit score, you can't like lease a car. You like there's so much
even
you can't
buying
do.
furniture. Let's just say you
Oh,
get
yeah.
into that apartment. You know.
Unless you like put it on your debit card or something, or if you want to like lease furniture, I guess, or like get a loan. Well, okay.
But
So-
okay, but hold on. Let's back it up. Even the conversation that we're having, knowing your options and which one you should do given your situation. Should you lease? Should you buy? Should you finance? Should you put it on a debit card? Should you put it on a credit card?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I got my first credit card. I won't say with who because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I was actually pretty shocked. I applied. I didn't have a job at the time. And I think I almost think that's like the company taking a risk at getting another sucker. But I was in college and I needed a computer and I ended up applying for this credit card. I got it. My limit was I think was it 1,500? I can't remember. But I ended up getting a computer and I was pretty much paying the bill on my refund money. Now, was that smart? I don't know, but I made it work and I didn't have a bill. Now, what built up after that with food, with Taco Bell and McDonald's and all the things in Chick-fil-A, that's my business. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually shocked that I got mine. But like I said, I needed a computer for school.
Was it a secured card?
No.
Oh, mine was a security card. My limit was $700, which is like, how did I even live off that?
No, it was one of the major credit card lenders that we know, and like I said, I was just as shocked. I was like, oh great,
Yeah.
Here we go.
I got a secured card, and but when I got denied the first time with my with the bank that I had, they recommended that I get a loan or like a short-term loan or whatever, and then just like pay the loan back. Don't do that. I would not recommend that at all. I didn't do that. I mean, I guess, yeah, that would build up your credit.
Like a lot. I mean, it would, but that seems like a lot for a college student.
Yeah.
We already have loans.
Well, that was like right after graduating college, but yeah, I graduated with no loans. I'm not going to mention that. That has nothing to do with anything. But anyway. So I personally would not recommend that unless for some reason, based on your situation, if that's maybe the best option, I still would say don't do that.
My best advice for credit card is if you don't have the cash, don't spend it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I just bought regular stuff like gas and just like other stuff that I would normally go and get and like, whatever bills I had at the time.
College student emergencies, food, gas.
So yeah, that's how I got a good credit score even at like 22 or 23 or however old I was when I first got the first credit card.
And pretty much I was too paranoid to put
a lot of stuff on it.
Like I said, I didn't have a job. I was using my refund, and I needed to get what I needed: my books, my computer, and that was it. I was like, okay, my refund's not going to be any more than this month, so I don't need to spend any more.
Yeah.
than this.
And like I had a job, but like I said, my limit was $700, so and see, but the problem with that is so the rule of thumb is you're not supposed to go past 30% of whatever your limit is, which isn't very high. It's only a couple of $100.
I don't do math anymore. I graduated.
Yeah, I already said before I don't like math. So and whenever you use too much of your limit, that's when your score would kind of go down. So every couple of months, I use Credit Karma to check my credit score. I've been meaning to use Experian and like
I used to do that. Debt to income ratio is very important.
Yeah.
Please get to that. But most of your credit card apps are gonna have the FICO built into it anyway. It's probably not gonna be fully accurate just because that's the only data
it's not always
limited
accurate.
Data.
Yeah.
And even I have Experian as well, but also they're gonna ask you to pay to get what are the other two called? There's three.
There's Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, I probably do a free trial and maybe like pay for a month or so just to like see what it is, to see where I stand. I don't keep it because, well, I'm a millennial. Gosh. But anyway, my advice is if you don't have the cash, don't spend it. That's the easiest way. You don't have to do no math.
Yeah.
None of that crazy stuff. If you don't have it, don't spend it. I know it's hard, but you're going to pay for it later. That interest.
Also, I would say, I'm not going to discourage anybody from getting like a store credit card, but I actually had a friend back in the day who got a Victoria's Secret credit card, and she was like, and she like just stopped paying it one day, and she was like, I had no idea that actually affected my credit. So, which sounds like I'm like, girl, duh, but I mean, some people don't know that. Okay, and the next point.
The next point is importance of self-care, sleep, taking vacations, time off, invest in experiences, not things.
Yes, so much to unpack there. But yeah, the importance of self-care. I've worked a couple of jobs before where I definitely didn't put self-care first or prioritize self-care at all. I just worked and worked and worked. And I used to get like these horrible migraines. I mean, literally, I don't even know how I made it to work some days because I mean, they would be so bad. Or like, I mean, not made it to work, but like, I don't know how I like made it through work because it would be so like just such horrible pain. I mean, like light sensitivity and everything. I mean, it was awful. But definitely like now I make sure that I try to at least get one massage every like 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely make sure that you take your vacations and your time off. Use your PTO because make sure you take your vacations and your time off. Don't be those people who literally only use their vacation because if they don't use it, they lose it. Like, because it's like, if you have a whole entire year, you should like save up some money to like go on, even if you only go by yourself and you just do like a I don't want to say a staycation, but like go out of town, see a new site, get out of where you are, because people don't realize how important that stuff is. It's like, oh, I don't have the money to go on vacation, but then you're miserable in your every day-to-day life.
Agreed. I will take a day off.
Yeah.
Sleep, stare at the wall. I don't care. But
literally
is at work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, work is important. I mean, yeah, we have to say that, right? But
I mean, it is. But I'm gonna take my time off. I used to be one of those people, and I'll admit the company contributes to said things, but I was worried about, okay, if I take this much time off, my work's gonna pile up, so I'm gonna have to do my work. I don't care.
Yeah. That work is going to be there. This is going to go into the next point as well, but that work is going to be there with or without you. You know, you only get one life. You got to live it up. You know, and I hate, because it sounds so cliche, like, oh, live every day like it's your last. Not live every day like it's your last, but you just got to live your life and like be as happy and be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Because if you're constantly like stressed out and like thinking about work and you're just like laying in bed thinking like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to do when I get back to the office or whatever, or just whatever kind of job you have, you're just always going to carry that around with you, and that affects you whether you actually see it or not. That affects you.
I tell a lot of people in my life this, if you don't take time, your body will make time for you, and it's not going to be in a way that you want. It's going to be really inconvenient.
The least opportune time.
It's either going to cost you money, time, or both.
Yeah. And
that's the thing that you're trying to build and gain and save, and it's going to be counterproductive. No, and sometimes, to be honest, self-care is sleeping in until 12 o'clock or staying in the bed or just not getting up, ordering some food. Sometimes you just literally need to sit still and actually rest. Rest is productive, and I don't think a lot of people
they don't realize that.
Get that, and they may get it, but it doesn't really register that like doing nothing is actually hard for some people. Yeah, and I think I know people like that. Yeah, so work on that. If that's you, okay, I'm talking to you. Rest. Yeah. Take a break. All right, y'all. Well, that was the important things that we learned in our 20s. I've been True Crime Queen. Again, this is Adrienne. Let us know your comments and opinions in the comment section down below. Let us know what you agreed with, disagreed with, and let's get the conversation going. Love y'all for watching. Bye. Jesus Christ.